a lot on the Cincinnati plate that needs to be addressed. First of all, where are we now? The Brandon Staley Book of Coaching. We're going to a Super Bowl as the Cincinnati Bengals. You hold the Rams on the very first set of downs, Larry, and you're going for it on 4th and 1 at the 50-yard line against the Rams offense that's pretty potent, and you fail. So what are you doing here? What is Zach Taylor doing? I don't want to hear about analytics. This is the Super Bowl. I don't want to have a 0.8% higher number or whatever somebody's telling him of making the play. It's idiotic, and it cost his team a touchdown.
They're going for it, Coach.
It is now 4th and 1 and a long one at that. First interesting call of the game, 4th and 1, Bengals at the 49 of L.A.
Play hot! Burrow wants to throw for it. It's tipped. Nope. It's a 4th down stop for the Rams. Ernest Jones undercut the routes, and Burrow and the Bengals fail on 4th down.
That was just a misread by Joe Burrow right there. They motioned T. Higgins from the left side to the right side. He became the outside receiver and ran to the flat. There was nobody within 6 yards of him. Should have been the first read for Joe Burrow. Instead, he worked back to the inside to his main man, but he had an easy first down if he just reads this outside in.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a big momentum turn right there for the Los Angeles Rams.
Going for it on 4th down, the first drive of the Super Bowl. Tripped.
I like it.
Jim, I didn't have a problem with it. You know, we've had this.
You
debate
never have a
on
problem
numerous,
with it.
I
You
know
never have a problem with any of this.
We've had this debate countless times over the course of the year. Why would you, just because you're in a game of this magnitude, why would you change or deviate from the things that you've done throughout the course of the season that has put you in position to be in the big game that you're playing in? You would trust those players. You would play. You would trust your players. You would trust your players in week 7,
and you held them. And why not punt?
Jim, you would trust your players in week 7. You would trust your players to execute in week 16, and you would trust your players in Super Bowl to do it. And that's what he did. He relied on his guys. They didn't get the job done. That doesn't mean that they're not capable of it. The Rams are a good team. They stopped them, but later in that half, they converted on a 4th down before the end of the half and did a great job with that. I mean, so you can't always look at it and say, look, they didn't convert it. It was a bad decision, because I don't look at it like that.
Well, I look at the result.
You always look at the result,
bad.
and you can't always look at the result, Jim. You can't always look at the result. And we can look at the results.
There's 31
in
other
life.
teams right now
we can
are
look
in the
at,
same position
Jim.
as the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
So
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can look at we don't have to look at the results on that. We can look at the results and say, look, SoFi Stadium hosted the Super Bowl this weekend. There was $3 billion of cost overruns, but it's still the nicest stadium in the National Football League, and it hosted a magnificent Super Bowl. Like we can go up and down the street, finding the what ifs, and we should have, could have done it.
It was bad at the time, and it's worse now that we examine it. Okay, 7 points in a game like this at that time after you've had success. You had success. You just stopped him. You made him punt, and it's a field position game. Look at the final score of this game. Okay, you lose by 3. It's a 23-20 game, and you're up late into the final 2 minutes. Okay, now let's jump to the 4th quarter with time running out. You get the ball out to the 50-yard line. The clock is winding. You run the ball on 3rd down. Yeah. And by the way, they didn't take a snap from under center the entire game. I'm not a coach in the National Football League, but really? Really? Okay, so they get stuffed. Bad call, bad decision. And then on 4th down, your quarterback, who's playing on one knee in a gallant effort, he's getting clobbered. You put him in a position where he can't succeed. The whole thing is bad. This was a bad coaching job. In fact, it was quite awful. It might go down in the annals of Super Bowl history after they dissect this as one of the worst ever. That's a shame, because the Bengals defense really played well. Well, Coach Taylor did say after the game there are probably some things he'll look back on, and we'll have to analyze exactly what we could have done differently. Yeah, he won't have to look too far.